Well, thanks for tuning in. This is section 23. We are just, literally, we just walked up the hill. At the top of the hill outside of Les Paccots, where we stayed, where I stayed, is the lake. And I walked down from the lake and just continued. We started to come down the opposite side of this foothill, and look at this view. That was a long explanation to describe where we are, but it just happened so quickly. Here we are. So we got a lot of views today. I like this forest. It's, you know, this is a great pine forest in my book. And this feels like a real mountain hike. So I'm happy so far. This stage is, I know it's going to end pretty urban, and we're going to have a lot of sidewalk and streets, but it's starting off really nicely. Now, I've talked about making the trail yours, the hike your own. So I have my own special thing around Lake Geneva because I grew up as a kid around Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Yeah. I seem to be developing quite a turn of phrase for the word Wisconsin. Anyway, I grew up around Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and I've hiked it a bunch. So I have this special desire to, right before the end, instead of taking a right and heading west toward Vevey, take a left and head south toward Montreux, and then go down to the Freddie Mercury statue, which is somewhat the center of everything there along the lakefront, and then walk back along the lakefront to the fork at Vevey. There's a fork in the lake at Vevey, so if you didn't know that, the personality of these towns is great. But my point is, I'm seriously considering making this my own hike by taking a diversion instead of following to the letter of the law route number 3, which can't be done anyway because part of it's under construction in Vevey. Make it my own and walk around from Montreux, and then at the end I'm going to be able to say, yeah, I walked from one end of Lake Geneva to the other, from Montreux to Geneva. So that's my secret plan. The more I talk about it, the more I got to do it. I should keep my head right here. This is great. If anybody asks why I choose to go up into the mountains, I mean, I think it's pretty self-evident, but it'd be axiomatic. One of my more favorite English words. Another $20 word. That one might be 30. Axiomatic. So obvious it doesn't need to even be said. So I go to the mountains because it's so obvious. To me, it doesn't even need to be said. This is the kind of stuff I get. Whew. Okay, so that's where I am at this point in the hike, which is really early. So thanks for tuning in so far. So that beautiful meadow with all the pine forest turned into forest pretty quickly, and then downhill, and we are now at the bridge and the river that separate the cantons of Fribourg and Vaud. So I will be leaving Fribourg, entering Vaud, and I should note, I don't think there's going to be too much more foresty portions of the rest of the trail, because most of it's going to be Lake Geneva. So take a good look. All right, I'm in Fribourg, and now I'm in Vaud. just that easy. Didn't need any papers. And that is a big ugly pipe. I was just taking a look at the straps that are used to hold on that piping. All right, welcome to Vaud. And more forest. All right, well, I'm going to be going up for a bit. So, thanks for, again, tuning in. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I don't want to go that way. I have mentioned Wisconsin in the last 2 videos. Now the 3rd video in a row. I don't want you to think that that's the only place that Hike 360 VR hikes when I'm in the States. So in real time today, the day that I'm hiking here in Switzerland, Hike 360 VR's video is me hiking on the Florida Trail on the white beaches of the northern terminus of Fort Pickens in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's what's happening in real time. And in future real time, when this video launches in Switzerland, Hike 360 VR will at that point probably be launching the hikes from this summer that we're doing on the Colorado Trail. And that's heavy pack, that's tent packing. So if Florida, Colorado, or the Midwest, the United States interests you, those are just some of the places we got videos. Head on over to Hike 360 VR, type in a geographic that you might be looking for, a state park you might be looking for, or go to the playlists and click on a state. Whew. Breath, I gotta breathe. All right, so I wanted to, give a little promo to Hike 360 VR. For now, this is Scott, Swiss Cheese Trails, signing off. Stage 23 on my way to Vevey.